What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, Boxing News 24 completely lies on undefeated two-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and now WBC title contender, Devin the Dream Haney, superstar boxer who has 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. Boxing News 24 posted an article that stated that Devin Haney is focused on lightweights and junior lightweights to come up in the future, and saying that he has an alibi. He has a safety net should he lose November 22nd in a few weeks, 3 weeks to be exact, to the best welterweight in the world, undefeated WBO welterweight world champion, knockout artist, highlight reel, star boxer Brian Norman Jr., who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. And I asked the question to Devin Haney, should you be victorious against Brian Norman Jr., who do you see as your dance partner for a super fight? Floyd had Manny Pacquiao. You had Sugar Ray Leonard had Tommy Hearns and Roberto Duran, right? Terrence Crawford had Errol Spence. Mike Tyson had Evander Holyfield. Muhammad Ali had Joe Frazier, right? And the list goes on and on and on, right? Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta, right? It's historic. There's always a rival. Who would that be? Because his rival was Gervonta Tank Davis. And his career and his future is in limbo. As he stated, he's going to retire after he faced YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul. It's supposed to be November 14th. Tank Davis, who has 30 wins, no loss, 1 draw, 28 wins by way of knockout, is competing at 135 pounds and saying he's going to retire. So I asked Devin Haney, because Shakur Stevenson's at 135 now. He's planning to make a move to 140 in January to fight two-division world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez. So I asked Devin Haney, who is your rival, right? Who is going to be that guy? And he just rattled off names, right? And he said there's a plethora of guys. There's guys that I was in their shoes, right? Meaning I was in lightweight shoes, then I moved up in weight. You know, it's so many guys. He mentioned Shakur Stevenson. He mentioned a few fighters, right? And then he stated that he eventually is going to move up to 154, 160, and maybe even 168. And so Boxing News says that he stated he's focused on Curmel Moton. He never said he was focused on Curmel Moton. Instead of fighting guys his size at 154 and 160, he hasn't even had a fight at 147. So what do they mean not focusing on guys his size at 154 and 160? He hasn't had one fight at 147 yet. And he's never missed weight. Although he stated he was literally hurting himself physically making the weight, but he was the constant professional and always made weight. So therefore, what are they talking about that he's not fighting guys his size? He's never had a fight at 147, let alone talking about fighting guys at 154 and 160. And he never said he was focused on Curmel Moton. The first name that came out of his mouth was Shakur Stevenson, who Shakur Stevenson recently stated he wanted to go to 154, a catchweight, and fight Conor Benn. So if he could go to 54, then he can fight Devin Haney at 47. And he rattled off names like Abdullah Mason, He said these guys are going to come up and they'll make a name for themselves. He never said that he's focused on them next. That is a lie. And he never said that he was focused on Curmel Moton. He was just saying guys will make a name for themselves and build themselves up. And then you never know what they turn into. Manny Pacquiao was fighting at 108 pounds before he became Floyd Mayweather's rival and the biggest fight of his career, and his biggest rival of his career at 147. Manny Pacquiao made a name for himself at 126 pounds and 122 pounds and then 130 pounds, fighting guys like Eric Morales and Barrera. That's where he named, and Marquez, fighting at 130 and 135. Right? And then eventually Manny Pacquiao moved up. So what Devin Haney is saying is that there's a guy that may make a name for himself and build himself up. He just don't know. But here you go, Boston News 24, always lying. And rewriting, and then didn't even mention me and said the media members. Nasty word. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Can't wait to see this fight November 22nd, Brian Norman versus Devin Haney. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.